Good day, children. Hope you all are fine. Okay. Now, let us go on with Unit 5 Supplementary, the singing lesson, Part 2. Where did we stop, children? What did we see in Part 1? Part 1, we saw Mrs. Meadows' aggressiveness towards students, how harsh she behaved with students, and how did she make them sing. Why was she sad? What was there in her fiance's letter? Everything we saw. Now let us continue. What do you mean by fiancé, children? I forgot to tell you this in part 1. What do you mean by fiancé? Fiancé in the sense the one who is about to marry. The one whom you wish to marry, he is your fiancé. Okay. Now, once again said Miss Meadow, but this time in parts, still without expression, fast, too fast, with the gloom of the constrels added. One could scarcely help shuddering. Fade the roses of pleasure. Last time he had come to see her, Basil had worn a rose in his buttonhole. How handsome he had looked in that bright blue suit with the dark red rose, and he knew it too. He couldn't help knowing it first. He stroked his hair, then his moustaches. His teeth gleamed when he smiled. Now, once again she asked the girls, Miss Meadow, she asked the girls to repeat the song. And she said this time to sing the song in stanza wise, she asked them to sing. She asked them to sing with a louder tone and fast, too fast. She asked the girls to sing in a fast mood. Now, with gloom of the contraltos added. What do you mean by gloom of children? Gloom in the sense, in the state of depression. She is sad, isn't it? Miss Meadow, she was sad. And in that sadness, she asked the girls to sing contraltos. Contraltos in the sense, lowest female voice. Okay, in that lowest voice, she was sad. That's why, she couldn't ask the girls... she couldn't speak the girls in the loud tone, but she asked the girls to sing fast to make the fast beat of the song. And the song should be fast, children, but she asked them to sing in a sad tone. One could scarcely help her shuddering. What do you mean by shuddering? Shivering. The way the girls sang, children, the song made others to shiver. Now, as the girls, they were singing, once again, her remembrance went on with, she went on back to her remembrance. Fade the roses of pleasure. What do you mean by fade the roses of pleasure, children? Once again, Miss Meadow went back to her thoughts. Last time he had come to see her, Basil, last time when Basil met her, Basil, he was wearing rose. He was wearing a rose in his buttonhole, and he was looking handsome with that blue suit. He was wearing blue coat, suit in the sense coat. He was wearing the blue coat and with the dark red rose. Just imagine, children, on the blue coat, in that buttonhole where the red rose is placed. Obviously, any guy will look smart, isn't it? So she was bringing back the thought. She was thinking how handsome he was looking last time when I met him, and not only his dress, even he was looking handsome. And he stroked his hair, then his moustache, and his teeth gleamed in the sense his teeth shine when he smiled. He had shining teeth. Everything, she was thinking as the girls were singing this melancholy song, as the girls were singing this sad song, she was thinking about Basil. The headmistress' wife keeps on asking me to dinner. It's a perfect nuisance. I never get an evening to myself in that place. Now Basil, he has said to Meadow, Meadows, he has said, no, this headmaster's wife, headmaster's wife, no, she was keeping on asking me to attend dinner, but no, I don't like all this nuisance. I'm not interested in this. Basil has said this to Miss Meadow. But can't you refuse? Oh, well, it doesn't do for a man in my position to be unpopular. And Miss Meadow, no, she asked Basil, you should have refused. When you don't want to attend any parties, you should have refused. And for that, Basil, no, he said, I cannot do, being a popular person, no, I cannot do. Music's gay measure, wail, the voice, the willow tree. Outside the high, narrow windows waved in the wind. They had lost half their leaves. The tiny ones that clung wriggled like fishes caught on a line. I am not a marrying man. The voice was silent. The piano waited. No, again, but this time, no, children, girls, they sang the song what they sang, no, it was in high pitch. The voice was in high pitch, and one couldn't see the willow trees which were outside through the high narrow windows. All the trees that were there outside the windows, no, the trees were not easily seen out of the classroom. It was very difficult to see the trees. Why they couldn't see the trees? In the sense, the branches were moving in the wind, which means actually it was not moving the wind, children. The way the children sang the song in high melancholy, high tone when they sang, this caused the branches to move in the wind. They withered half, even the leaves were withered, half the leaves from the tree withered na, so half the leaves, no, it has fallen down from the tree. The leaves were shut down from the tree, and the extremely small leaves were swinging like fishes. Some of the leaves, no, children, which were very small, it was just swinging. Just imagine when high wind blows, how will the branches, thin branches and very small leaves, how will it swing? Just like fishes in water, how they swim, no? Like that, these thin leaves were swinging. Miss Meadow suddenly remembered the line from the Basil letter. Once again, she remembered. He was not a marrying man. Again, this word, no, in certain wordings, it keeps on reminding her, I am not a marrying man. This words once again came to her thought. The voice of the girls became silent and the piano waited. It was her turn to play the music. Miss Meadows' turn. But Miss Meadows, she was not in a mood to play any music over there. Quite good, said Miss Meadows, but still in such a strange, stony tone that the young girls began to feel positively frightened. Just imagine, children, the girls were frightened. The way she asked the girls to sing, the girls were frightened by that melancholy, sad tone. Melancholy in the sense, the sad tone. Just imagine any sad tone where you sing loudly. Sad tone in the sense where you cry and sing loudly. Obviously, it will, hear in a frightening sound. It will pronounce to be frightening. So, these girls were frightened over there. But now that we know it, we shall take it with expression. As much expression as you can put into it. Think of the words, girls. Use your imagination. Fast. Too fast, cried Miss Meadow. That out to break out a loud, strong, forty, a lament. No, once again she asked the girls, yes, girls, now you know the tune, you know how to sing. Once again you will sing the song in a louder tone, no? Miss Meadow, she cried, she wants the girls to sing the sad, melancholy tone in a louder voice. A loud, strong, 40. You know what is 40, children? A musical tone played loudly. Any musical tone, children, where the music is pleasant. No, if you play in a louder tone, obviously everyone will love to hear. The same musical tone, if you play, any harsh music when you play in a harsh tone, no, children, it is very difficult to hear. Apart from difficult, no, children, it is scaring to hear. But she wants the girls to sing in such a way. And then in the second line, winter dread, make the dread sound as if a cold wind were blowing through it. Dearer, that is dearer it is, okay, said she, so awfully that Mary, basily on the music stool, wrinkled her spine. The third line should be on crescendo. What do you mean by crescendo, children? Loudness of the sound. Now, as the girls were singing, no, she was asking the girls, she was asking Mary Basily, the third line, no, it should be louder in tone. And the moment she said, no, children, Mary Basily was scared over there. She asked her to be on the crescendo, loudness of the sound. She wants them to sing still more loudly. Fleetly, music, gay measure, breaking on the first word of the last line passes, and then on the word, away you must begin, to die, to fade, until the listening ear is nothing more than a faint whisper. You can slow down as much as you like, almost on the last line. Now, please. Here, no, children, Miss Meadow, in her second line, no, they should utter the words drearer. No, she asked children to utter the words, and as if, no, it was like cold wind were blowing through it. The voice, she voiced the words. When she speak to the girls, no, children, the words were so calming, so silent. She couldn't speak in harsh words. Since she's sad, no, she couldn't speak loudly to the girls. At the same time, she wants the girls to sing in a louder tone. To sing the remaining lines. Then she asked them to continue. She asked the girls to sing in a louder tone and to continue the song. Again the two light taps. She lifted her arms again. Fast, too fast, and the idea of settling down fills me with nothing but disgust. Disgust was what he had written. That was as good as to say their engagement was definitely broken off. The engagement, people had been surprised enough that she had got engaged. The science mistress would not believe it at first, but nobody had been as surprised as she. She was 30. Basil was 25. It had been a miracle, simply a miracle, to hear him say, as they walked home from church that very dark night, you know, somehow or other, I have got fond of you. And he had taken hold of the end of her ostrich feather broke, passes away from the lightning ear. Okay, now again to the light tap, children. She gave two taps again, and she had one small stick, isn't it? With that stick, she gave two light tap, and she asked the girls to sing faster. And as she asked the girls to sing, once again that Basil's letter wordings, it came to her mind. Once again, the wordings of the letter came to her mind, and she went back to her own thoughts. She was thinking, as if he had written that the idea of settling down filled him with nothing but disgust. The word disgust, she felt very bad with the word disgust, in the sense scratches out. Disgust is something very bad, children. Disgust, and disgust was what he had written. What she feels now, this fellow, this Basil, he scratched out the word disgust lightly, and he, on top of that, he wrote regret. Over the disgust word, he wrote regret. And the engagement was definitely broken off. How will she say others that her engagement is broken? It is something bad, children. Any woman will feel shy to say that her engagement is broken. And people, they'll be surprised if anyone says engagement is broken, they'll be surprised. And she was thinking, what about the science mistress? She would not at all believe if I say. But nobody had been as surprised as she. That is science mistress, no, she will really feel much surprised. And at first, no, science mistress, she will not believe. And later on, if she might believe. The problem is what wait, somehow or other I have got fond of you. No, he says, somehow or other she remembers to the talk what Basil has spoke to her. The only trouble, no children, the trouble between them is Basil is of 25 years old, and Miss Meadow, no, she's of 30 years old. No, 5 years difference. Actually, this should be vice versa. Basil, he should be 30 years. Miss Meadow should be 25 years. Then the pair looks good. But since she's elder to him, no, she takes it in a negative sense. And now she thinks if science teacher, science mistress, if she comes to know how bad I will feel, how will she believe? All these negative thoughts keep running in her mind. And it had been a miracle, simply a miracle. What is that miracle in the sense, they have met in a church, and that is how they became fond to each other. On the way, he told her, as they were walking from the church, as Basil and Miss Meadow, as they were walking from church to their home, as they were walking, on the way, he has said, Basil has said, somehow or the other, he has become fond of her, and he had taken hold of the end of her ostrich feather bow. Decorative scarf, no children, that is what. Suddenly, she heard the girl's voice sing, and as she was thinking about Basil, and again all of the sudden, she heard the girls singing the line, passes away from the listening ear. As she hears this line, once again she come back to her normal position. Actually, the teacher is not in a good mindset, children. That's why, her mindset differs. Sometimes she goes to her back memories, or sometimes she come back to her reality. When she is upset, certain things happen. Okay, repeat, said Miss Meadow. More expression, girls, once more. Now, once again, when she came back to her reality, she asked the girls to repeat the lines. She asked them to speak with more expression, still more loudly, with more expression. Once again, she asked the girls to sing. Fast, too fast. The older girls were crimson. Some of the younger ones began to cry. Big spots of rain blew against the window, and one could hear the willow whispering, "Not that I do not love you." She asked the girls to repeat the lines, and she asked them to sing more loudly. Apart from loudly, she asked them to sing very fast. Some older girls, they were crimson in the sense their faces become red. When does the face become red? In the sense when you scream and shout, or when you sing any song in a louder tone, putting your entire energy where you sing loudly, girls, then your skin becomes red. So some of the girls' faces, it become red, and some of the younger ones, they began to cry. Small children, they cannot sing more loudly. So where they sing in a louder tone, that shows as if they were crying. And big spots of raindrop blast against the window. Even nature couldn't tolerate the way the children sang the song. Obviously, it started. Some big spots of raindrop, blast against the window. One could hear the willow trees whispering. Again, Basil, as she was listening to the girl's song, once again her thought went on to the Basil's letter. I didn't mean that I didn't love you. These words, I do not love you. These words, once again it struck her. Not that I do not love you. These words once again struck her. Very often, she keeps going back to her thought. But my darling, if you love me, though Miss Meadow thought Miss Meadow. I don't mind how much it is. Love me as little as you like. But she knew he didn't love her, not to have care enough to scratch out that word's disgust, so that she couldn't read it. Soon autumn yields, and to winter dearer, she would have to leave the school too. She could never face the science mistress or the girls after it got known. Uh, no, Miss Meadow, no, she thought of telling Basil that, at, no, if you she thought of telling Basil that if he really loved her, no, she would not mind that how much he loved her. At least a little, let him love her a little bit. At least let him love her. And no, but she knew so that Basil doesn't love her. Had he loved her, why she says that? Why she thinks that Basil doesn't love her in the sense? Had he really loved her, na, he would have scratched the word disgust, not slightly. He would have scratched it in a very dark sense where Miss Meadow would have not read that word disgust. He no, he just strike out the letter disgust in a light manner. Just with one line he striked out, which means he wants her to read the word disgust, isn't it? If Basil had really loved her, if Basil doesn't want her to read the word disgust, na, he would have scratched the word in a very dark form. He would have scratched the word where she might not notice it. That is how she keeps thinking. Who is thinking this? Miss Meadow is thinking. So that she couldn't read it. Soon autumn yield into winter dearer. She would have a leave the school. Now, no, she keeps thinking, I have to leave the school. If people come to know about this matter, no, then I'll be put up on shame. Especially if science mistress comes to know, no, then that will be science mistress or girls. If they come to know, girls, no, her students. If they come to know, no, then that will be a shame on me. So better before they could come to know this reason, let me drop out from the school. She was thinking, have to disappear. Wait, children, some words I left here. The last, she would have to disappear somewhere, passes away. The voice began to die, to fade, to whisper, to vanish. And no, she thought somehow I must vanish, I must disappear somewhere. Disappear somewhere in the sense I must leave the job. That is the meaning, children. Not disappearing just like that. She mean that to leave the job. No, they were singing the lines again. Passes away, the voice began to die. Her thoughts were disturbed by the girls. As the girls were singing the lines, no, the voice began to die and to whisper, and the last to vanish. No, slowly the voice began vanishing. Suddenly the door opened. A little girl in blue walked fussily up the easel, hanging her head, biting her lips, and twisting the silver bangle on her red little wrist. She came up the steps and stood before Miss Meadow. Well, Monica, what is it? Oh, if you please, Miss Meadow, said the little girl, gasping. Miss Watt wants to see you in the mistress' room. Now, suddenly, the door opened. The classroom door opened. A little girl in her blue dress, she came to her. Aisle in the sense, a passage between row of seats. Okay, she passed through the passage. She just put her head down and, biting her lips. She came near to her and she just stood quiet. Miss Meadow, she asked her, what do you want, Monica? What's the matter? Why have you come here? She said, if you are pleased, Miss Meadow, said the little girl, no, Miss Watt want to see you in the mistress room. This Monica girl, no, she asked Miss Meadow to meet Mrs. Watt. Who is Mrs. Watt? Mrs. Watt is the headmistress of Monica. Not Monica and also Meadows also. Very well, said Miss Meadow. And she called to the girls, I shall put you on your honor to talk quietly while I am away. But they were too subdued to do anything else. Most of them were blowing their noses. Now, before she could leave the class, she asked the girls to be in the honor. Be in the honor in the sense, you will not shout in the class, or you will not make any nonsense. You will not create any problem in the class. That's the meaning. What do you do, children, when teacher leaves the class? You keep shouting, jumping, running here and there. All irritating work you do in the class. Clumsy work you do in the class. That is what here Miss Meadow, she says, children, I want you to be in your honor. Be in your honor in the sense, behave respectfully in my absence. Saying this, no, she moves from the class. And some girls, no, they were blowing the noses. Why were they blowing the noses? In the sense, they were singing for long, no, they were crying and singing. Obviously, when you cry, you all know your nose starts leaking. So they were blowing the noses. The corridors were silent and cold. They echoed to Miss Meadow's steps. The headmistress sat at her desk for a moment. She did not look up. She was, as usual, disentangling her eyeglasses, which had got caught in her lace tie. Sit down, Miss Meadow, she said very kindly, and then she picked up a pink envelope from the blotting pad. I sent for you just now because this telegram has come for you. Now, Miss Meadow, she left the class and she moved to the headmistress' room. As she was moving, no, children, her footsteps echoed over there. Why it's echo? Na? The school was silent. No, when all classes were empty, when school is silent, obviously the corridor where you walk, it will echo. Now she went to, she reached the headmistress' room, and headmistress, no, she was busy cleaning her eyeglasses. She asked Miss Meadow, the moment she saw Miss Meadow, she asked her to sit down. And she said, Miss Meadow, why I called you is to give this envelope. She picks up one pink envelope and she hands over that envelope to Miss Meadow. And she says, I sent for you just because this telegram has come for you. Miss Watt says, Miss Meadow, this telegram has come for you, saying that she hands over the telegram to her. A telegram for me? Miss Watt? No, Miss Meadow, no, she is shocked to hear that a telegram has come for her. In a surprised tone, she is asking, Miss Watt, is this telegram has come for me? Basil, he had committed suicide, decided Miss Meadows. Her hand flew out, but Miss Watt held the telegram back a moment. I hope it's not bad news, she said. So more than kindly. And Miss Meadows tore it open. The moment Miss Meadow came to know that there is a telegram for her, her thought went that Basil might have committed suicide or something wrong would have happened. No, she was not ready to take the telegram. Her hands were shivering. The telegram, it fell down, but anyways, Miss Watt, she picked up the telegram and she gave her again, saying that hope you might not have any bad news in the telegram. And Miss Meadow, no, she took the telegram, she tore it to open to see what is there in the telegram. Pay no attention to letter, must have been mad. Bought hat stand today, Basil, she read. She couldn't take her eyes off the telegram. You know what was written in the telegram? Basil has sent the telegram. No, he asked her not to pay any attention to his early letter. He would have been mad while writing that letter. He further informed that he would have bought hat stand on that day. After reading the telegram, she couldn't take her eyes. She couldn't take her eyes in the sense she was so happy that she couldn't believe what was written in the telegram. Again and again she keeps reading the telegram. Her thoughts were going round. How could this miracle happen? How could he write the wordings? Pay no attention in the sense, I'm very sorry for writing such words. That is the meaning. Okay, I would have been mad, or I would have been some bad. I mean, my mindset would have not been right when I was writing this letter. So don't pay any attention to the letter. That is what Basil has mentioned. I do hope it's nothing very serious, said Miss Watt, leaning forward. Now, Miss Watt, no, uh, she was looking at Miss Meadows' reaction, and the way Miss Meadows, she did not stop reading the wordings again and again. She was reading the wordings, no. So Miss Watt, she said, "Hope there is nothing serious." Oh no, thank you, Miss Watt, blushed Miss Meadow. It's nothing bad at all. It's and she gave an apologetic little laugh. It is from my fiancé. Yes, it no, it is from my fiancé, saying that there was a pause. I see, said Miss Watt, and another pause. Then you have 15 minutes more for your class, Miss Meadow, haven't you? Now, when Miss Watt asked her, hope there is no problem, nothing serious. For that, no, Miss Meadow, she says, no, Miss Watt, everything is fine. No, she blushed in the sense she gave a short, sweet smile to Miss Watt. Everything is fine. There is nothing to worry. Telegram is from my fiancé. Saying that no, she didn't commit the reason. What was there in the telegram? Saying that she stops. There was a pause in the sense a short no break over there. She didn't commit what her fiancé has written in the telegram. She didn't say that. And now Miss Watt, no, she went on to another pause. She gave one sound and she stopped. And she said, "You have 15 more minutes for your class, in the sense to complete your class, Miss Meadow, haven't you? Haven't you now? Yes, you have to attend 15 more minutes," which means she wants her to go to the class and complete the session over there. You have left the class in between, so go and complete. That is the meaning she wants to say to Miss Meadow. Yes, Miss Watt, she got up. She half ran towards the door. Oh, just 1 minute, Miss Meadow, said Miss Watt. I must say I don't approve to my teachers having telegrams sent to them in school hours, unless in case of very bad news such as death, explained Miss Watt, or a very serious accident or something of that effect. Good news, Miss Meadow, will always keep you know. Okay. Now, when Miss Watt asked Miss Meadow that you have 15 more minutes, you have to complete the session. When she said, Miss Meadow, no, she got up from her chair and she said, "Yes, ma'am, I must move to the class," saying that she just leaves her room. As she was about to leave her room, no, Miss Meadow, she was about to leave her room, and Miss Watt, no, she stops her, saying that that she doesn't want her teachers to have certain telegrams to school. She cautioned her, telling her not ask your relatives not to send any telegram to school other than any emergencies, any bad news such as death or accident. Apart from this news, no, ordinary news all should not be sent to school. Ordinary telegrams all should not be sent to school. These telegrams, they can send it to your house. After reaching the house, somehow you might know what it is. She warned Miss Meadow that hereafter all these telegrams should not reach to school. On the wings of hope, of love, of joy, Miss Meadows sped back to the music hall, up the steps, over the piano. Now, after reading the letter, no, children, Miss Meadows' reaction totally, her attitude totally changed. She was so happy. She was joy, no. Once again, that love flourished on her face. That happiness was seen on her face, that joyness. She ran to the class. The way she went to the class, no, it shows how happy she was. Page 32, Mary, she said, page 32. And picking up the yellow chrysanthemum, she held it to her lips to hide her smile. Then she turned to the girls, rapped with her baton. Page 32, girls, page 32. Now, after reaching the class, no children, Miss Meadow, she asked girls, girls, take page 32. Mary, she said, Mary, take page 30. Now, this time, no, she spoke in a very lovable tone to Mary, saying that, Mary, take page 32. She picked up that chrysanthemum flowers, no children. What the flowers, when Mary, she gave first time, she kept the flowers aside because she was not in a good mood. Now, this time, no, she was so happy that she took the flowers and she tried to hide her smile. All of the sudden, if she smiles, no, children will think bad of her. So to hide her smile, no, she placed the chrysanthemum near her lips. Then she turned towards the other girls, wrapped with baton. No, she took her that small stick. She held the stick in her hand, and she asked the girls to turn the page to 32. We come here today with flowers overladen with baskets of fruits and ribbon to boot to congratulate her. Okay, and here no, she's so happy that this time no, she talks to the children in a very happy mood. She talks. No, the girls also they started taking page 32, and the girls started to sing the happy song in page 32. We come here today, the flowers, this lines, no children, see here. They started singing these lines. We come here today with all these lines, no? They started singing these lines in a very happy tone, no? No. Stop, cried Miss Meadow. This is awful, this is dreadful. And she beamed at her girls. What is the matter with you all? Think, girls, think of what you are singing. Now, when she asked the girls to sing these lines, no, these girls, she was happy. But these girls, they doesn't know, no, the teacher is happy, they doesn't know. And they started singing to the tune what she taught them in a sad, melancholy tone. When these girls were singing, now this time, no, teacher, she started asking the girls to stop, what are you singing? How could you sing so dreadfully? This is not the way to think. This is not the way to sing. How could you sing like this? She started asking the girls, so why do you sing in such a sad tone? What happened to you? Use your imaginations with flowers overladen, baskets of fruits, and ribbons to boot, and congratulate Miss Meadows broke off. Don't look so jollyful, girls. Jollyful in the sense sorrowful. It ought to sound warm, joyful, eager. Congratulate once more. Quickly, all together, now then. Okay, now when these girls, they started singing in a sad tone, no, she started shouting at the girls, why do you sing in such a horrible and dreadful tone? And she smiled at the girls and asked them, no, what's the matter, children? Why do you sing in such a bad tone? She continued and told them to just imagine that they were singing, and also they had their imagination. She asked the girls to sing with an imagination. Imagine that, no, you have flowers over the lad, and then baskets of fruits, ribbon. Imagine that you have all this. Then how should you sing the song? It should be a lovable song. It should be in a very happy tone. Why do you sing in a sad tone? In a sorrowful tone. Sad tone. Why do you sing in a sorrowful tone? And the song ought to sound warm. She says, you must sing the song in a joyful manner. You should, in a very eagerly you should sing the song. She asked them to sing once more in a quick way all together. Congratulate, the way, as if you are congratulating, the song should be. And that time, Miss Meadow voice sounded over all the other voices. Full, deep, glowing expression in a very jovial way, no? You could really hear the real tone of Miss Meadow. At this time, Miss Meadow voice sounded over all the other voice, full, deep, glowing with expression. Yes, this time, no, the final time when she sang the song along with the girls, her voice sounded so beautiful. It was glowing with expression, full deep glow. The song sounds to be very good. Everyone, the way she sang, no, everyone will really love to hear the song in such a way she sang. Now, what made her to sing the song in a very deep, glowing tone, children? It depends on her mood. When she received the telegram of Basil, no, not to pay attention on the words what he has written, once again, no, her mindset turned. No, she was sure, yes, Basil loves me. No, her mind, her thoughts turned. She was happy. That happiness was expressed in the song what she sang. Okay, children. So it depends. The song what she trained to the children previously, and to the song what she asked the children to sing. No, the song is same. The wordings, the line, everything is same. Only the tone differs. Why the tone differs? It is she brought her mindset to the tone of the song. Previously, she was sad. So she asked the girls to sing in a sad, melancholy tone, like a sorrowful song they were singing. But after reading the telegram of Basil, her mind changed. She was so happy that she came out with her happiness. She trained the children in a right way, and she asked them to sing in a cheerful manner. Along with the girls, she also sang the song glowing with expression. Yes, girls, hope you would have understood the lesson, children. Children, do read the lesson for better understanding. Teaching part alone will not help you, children. I want you to read the lesson. If you concentrate on each and every line, for sure you will understand. Though you understand also, children, I want you to read the lesson at least once. It's a request, children. Do read the lesson at least once. Read the lesson line by line, word to word. Concentrate. Read the lesson for your better understanding.